Resolution number 3, Alderman Smedley.
Thank you, Your Honor. Make a motion to accept and adopt resolution number 3.
Second.
Seconded by Alderman Rosado.
Your Honor and my colleagues, this is a charter for compassion, and it will include the city once we do adopt it. And if you'll allow me, I'll just read the charter and I'll give some explanation. The Charter for Compassion is a document which urges the people and religions of the world to embrace the core value of compassion. And whereas the Compassion Action Network International and the Campaign for Compassionate Cities was created to promote the Charter for Compassion, and whereas the U.S. Conference of Mayors passed a resolution in June 2013 to endorse the campaign for compassionate cities, a compassionate city deepens the quality and the extent to which its citizens embrace compassionate action in caring for its own neighbors. And whereas compassion is a purpose, principle, and unifying value that guides and compels persons of all backgrounds, perspectives, creeds, and cultures to treat all human beings with justice, equality, and respect. And whereas we acknowledge our role and responsibility to make compassion a clear and empowering force for children, families, and community to evolve as compassionate members of society. The Common Council recognizes that compassion requires a continuing desire and determination to strive to live and act more compassionately. The City of New Britain has a culture of compassion through municipal departments and local nonprofit organizations. And now, therefore, be it resolved by the Common Council of the City of New Britain that the Council authorizes Her Honor Mayor Erin Stewart of New Britain to hereby sign the International Charter for Compassion, working together to embrace and apply compassionate solutions and encourage community service to meet the needs of our families, friends, and neighbors. Short explanation, the mayor's intern, John Board, has a large role in this resolution. This is one of the projects that Mr. Board was able to work on during his internship with the mayor. And if you will allow me, this will be John's last meeting with us. John's internship is over, and we wanted to make him part of the history in the city and decided to include the project he worked on, the Charter for Compassion, into our city ordinances. So I do urge adoption, and we do thank John for his work here in the city during his internship.
Which I will proudly invite my stellar intern, John Board, up to the podium to present his argument on why we should support this resolution.
You're not going to read that binder, are you?
No, of course not, Alderman. All right, first of all, thank you, Your Honor. Mayor Stewart, President Pro Tem Giantonio, Minority Leader Carlozzi, and members of the Common Council. First and foremost, thanks to the mayor for the past 4 months for the opportunity to intern in your office. This experience has shown me firsthand what it takes to govern a municipality, from dealing with issues relating to constituent service, to putting together municipal budgets, to really writing an entire employee handbook. To really just making sure to making sure that you always have your ribbon cutting scissors available. This experience has been wide-ranging, and I'm eternally grateful that you took the chance on me. The issue at hand tonight before you is a resolution authorizing the mayor to sign the International Charter for Compassion. Let me sort of provide a brief synopsis of the charter and its origin to the council. In 2008, Karen Armstrong, the world-renowned author, has focused her work on the commonalities of major world religions and the importance of compassion, gave a TED Talk about her wish to establish a charter for compassion. In her TED Talk, Ms. Armstrong spoke about the importance of compassion when we, quote, dethrone ourselves from the center of our own world and put another there to truly accept the notion of compassion. Compassion is inherently entwined with the Golden Rule. As Confucius stated circa 500 BCE, quote, never impose on others what you would not choose to impose on yourself. Each commentary of the three major Abrahamic religions, Judaism, Christianity, and Islam, are based on the sole principle of the Golden Rule. Let me just provide one example from the Torah, the scripture of Judaism. There is a famous story about the great Rabbi Hillel, an old contemporary of Jesus. A pagan once came to him and offered to convert him to Judaism if the rabbi could recite the whole Jewish teachings while standing on one leg. Hillel stood on one leg and said, that is not hateful to you. Do not do to your neighbor. That is the Torah. The rest is commentary. Go and study it. He made it clear that every single verse of the Torah is commentary, but perhaps just a gloss on upon which is the golden rule. Now let's just bring that into the 21st century and look into our modern world. In order for society to flourish, we have to follow the notions of the Chinese saying, Qing'ai. Qing'ai, which means concern for others. The Quran goes on to say, we formed you into tribes and nations so that you may get to know one another. Members of this council, make no mistake that this resolution is not a religious endorsement or condemnation. This is a resolution of wisdom and understanding. Karen Armstrong contends that the movement must be created for three things to occur. We must, as a society, reclaim the notion of faith. Faith for each other and faith for each other as a collective group. Empowerment of individuals. We must not lead each other to tear one another apart, but build each other up. And three, we must educate each other to instill a compassionate ethos. For that is why we come here together tonight as a community. Here in Connecticut, we would be the third municipality to pass such a resolution after the city of Danbury and the town of Milford. Roughly 250 cities nationwide in 50 different nations have adopted the charter. A wide range of world leaders, from former UN Secretary General Kofi Annan to Bishop Desmond Tutu to Sir Richard Branson, have endorsed this document. Locally, Dr. Chris Cook from my school, Western Connecticut State University, has been a driving force advocating for this resolution for many years and has endorsed this proposal. Dr. Cook is also the founding director of the Center of Compassion, Creativity, and University, a very unique thing that we have down at Western. It is my hope that this council sees value in this resolution, allowing the mayor to sign this document so that we can put stock once more in the golden rule and come together as a community to celebrate what unites us more so than what divides us. With that, thank you so much for the opportunity, Your Honor, and I hope the members of the council vote in favor of this resolution. With that, are there any questions, members of the council? With that, thank you.
Yeah, I'd like you to explain that. No, I'm just kidding. Nicely done, John. I feel like a proud mayor mom right now. Congratulations. Any questions or comments? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.